Alright, now welcome to our Kata breakdown series. Now, this is going to be our first episode. Now this is going to be breaking down basic hand pattern. White belts and up, you are required to know this pattern because this is going to be your blueprint for pretty much all of your katas. Alright, all the way up to 10th degree black belt. Alright, so obviously you start, attention, bow. Now you don't have a ready stance. Here, we're just going to say step out into a horse stance. Now when we say this, you want to step around, hands out. Pull them back to your side. Now as you can see, I'm putting 50-50. Alright, 50% of my weight is on my left side, and 50% is on my right side. I want to keep myself stabilized. Now you know you're sitting in this correctly because you should feel a little bit of pressure build up in the quads, the hamstrings, and your ankles. Alright, so your thighs and your ankles. Just a little bit of pressure, not too much though. So you don't want to sit too low to where your shoulders come forward, and you don't want to sit to the point where you're just pretty much in like a mid-split. Alright, you want to bend those knees enough to feel a little bit of pressure. Alright, so my hands are out, I pull them back, and I start. Alright, you don't have to yell basic hand pattern, just go ahead and start. The first sequence, my left hand will punch at the nose. My right hand will punch along the solar plex or the stomach level. My left hand will punch where the sun does not shine. Alright, now my right hand is going to shift over, my hands make an X. My right hand's going to come up and head block. Now you don't want to keep your head or your hand on your head or right here. You want to hold it up and away from your head, not over, not too far forward, but just above a like little angle from your forehead. And you want to be blocking with the muscular part of your arm, not the bone. Right? We want to avoid as much injury as possible, so keep the muscle out. So here, one thing that'll help with that, turn your knuckles facing out. Alright, same thing onto the left side. Now, my left hand's going to come to my side. We're going to do what's called an ice cream scoop or an inner forearm block. My right hand's going to come out. Now all I'm doing is scooping in and bringing it across my body. Not out here. Bring it all the way in, shoulder to shoulder, here. Alright? And I'm blocking with my inner forearm. Here you want to keep it tight. Same thing, opposite hand, bring it over, here. Now, the outer forearm block, or the telephone block. You bring your hand up to your ear, knuckles facing out. Alright? Now as you do this, you want to bring it ear to shoulder. So bring it across, my hand will turn in to here. Same thing, opposite side, my hand turns into my shoulder. Hand to the side, aim, so I'm pointing my fist down. My right hand is going to come all the way across to my ear. Now we're going to move on to the down block. So here, squash the bugs, as we call it. So here, you're bringing it down, my other hand is going to pull back to my side, and my hand comes down. Alright? I'm going to point again. My left hand is going to come across to my right ear. And I bring it in and pull down. Now, I'm going to point my hand out like a blade. Here, I'm going to point this blade over here to my right side. I will bring my right hand open to my ear, my left ear. I'm going to shift my weight over to the left. My left hand is going to pull in. My right hand is going to come out into a chop. Now, when you do a chop, you want to make sure you're chopping with this part of your hand and not like a high five. Boom, we don't want to do that. So here, when you're shifting it over, turn your hand to the side, and once it hits the side, that's when you shoot it out. And my other hand stays on my solar plex like I'm holding a cup of water. Alright? Now, same setup, but the opposite side. Point, bring it over, my left hand comes up to my right ear. Here, lean the opposite direction, shoot out and pull in, chop. Once again, with the side or the ridge, not like a high five. Here, out. Now I shift back to 50-50. My hands are going to be open. I'm going to shoot up into what's called an X block. Here, X block up, in, back to my sides, and down. Now when I do this, I don't want to lean forward like this. Alright? We don't want to simulate this because Not only is it going to hurt your back, all right, you might get kicked in the face. We don't want that to happen. So here, keep your shoulders back, all right, and shoot your hands out. You should feel a little bit of tension building forward in front of you, boom, as you shoot it out, all right? Now we say the X blocks here, or eat my pizza, all right? So keep that in mind. So here, up, bring it in, then bring it down. Hands out, pull it back to your side. Attention, back. Now that's the breakdown of basic hand pattern.